KTN.
Now, in the pursuit of justice, the crime scene is sacred. It is the starting point of truth, the foundation of every investigation. Yet time and again, we witness its discretion, not by criminals, but by those entrusted to protect it. From law enforcement missteps to public interference, evidence is compromised, protocols ignored, and accountability blurred. Vera Mura looks into the systemic failures that follow a crime.
What happens when the scene of crimes becomes the first casualty of negligence? Crime scene security analyst Crispin Owano says protocol is ignored, evidence is mishandled, public floods is unchecked, and so the truth becomes distorted.
Our level of preparedness to handling crime scenes is not perfect.
Let's begin with the crime scene where Member of Parliament Ongondo Were's car was stored. The sergeant-at-arms from the National Assembly stood dangerously close to the vehicle, unprotected, exposed, and vulnerable.
Right, it is good you are saving life, but what of the aftermath? Our gap in these two scenarios is that coordination for the scene security was not done the right way.
Beyond the tape, more people in civilian leaned in, eager to have a glimpse of the car. Perhaps they wanted certainty. For instance, this man, right next to the bullet-riddled window, wearing only a mask, no gloves. One will ask, who allowed them so close? From this angle, a DCI officer appears to be explaining something to the crowd. Here, experts warn that evidence is compromised, protocols ignored, and accountability blurred.
Anybody who may have happened to come into contact with the scene, because of one or two reasons, they should appear in the chain of custody book, indicating the names. If I, as Crispin, I happen to have come to the scene, what was I doing?
From a cameraman's lens to my eyes and now to yours, evidence like this, visible fingerprint marks can be clearly identified. If not safeguarded as evidence, we lose the trail to the possible perpetrator. On the late Were's case, questions have been raised as why is his driver and bodyguard together with a DCI officer using the same vehicle from the scene of crime. In lawyer Mbobu's case, the crime scene was never mapped. That night, the car was towed to DCI headquarters, but the scene itself was abandoned. Business resumed as if nothing happened. Then there is the AMREF plane crash. It was evident that the public remains poorly sensitized on how to behave around a crime scene. The aircraft's black box went missing from the scene. It's possible someone mistook the most critical piece of evidence for scrap metal, forcing hours of hunt to recover it. Additionally, from this file footage, authorities and civilians are seen standing too close to the wreckage. Generally, the scene was a college of contamination. Evidence was moved, touched, and lost.
Chain of custody defines the chronological order of handling any piece of evidence from the time it is collected at the scene of crime, or rather crime scene, to the court of law.
Finally, there was the Quarry murder scene that became a public sensation for nearly a week. Several bodies were retrieved from the scene, with Kenyans seeking to know who was behind the killings. As the African saying goes, seeing is believing. Hundreds streamed in to witness the unfolding tragedy. The public, curious, emotional, and utterly unchecked, they filmed, speculated, and posted online. Some stepped over the tape. While civilians acted in good faith, authorities failed to provide protective gears to prevent contamination of the bodies. One must ask, was this negligence or something more deliberate?
I will not regret to say it was deliberate, because the dangers of contaminating a crime scene, number one, it will compromise justice.
These scenarios bring to light how, as a nation, we have failed to prevent what could have answered many questions. From official negligence to civilians' interference. This is a record of how justice is compromised before it even begins. Vera Mura, KTN.